Not gonna lie, this moment it got me.
It shocked me, but I loved it.
It
But
shocked me too, but it
yeah.
got me as well. She basically starts off by saying, "Hey, I want to let you know that interaction that I had with you was way more about me than it was about you." And Garcelle had no ego. She didn't throw any shots at her about that, that interaction or whatever. Dorit admits that she's feeling very lost, and Garcelle shows some empathy towards her and lets her know, like, hey, dog, like, if you need me for anything, like, I'm here, which was much more genuine than coming from someone like Sutton.
Oh, yeah.
And what you want to know what, just to piggyback off of that, and this is what I have in my notes. I truly believe that Dorit having more conversations and the closer she gets with Bose, I think that could have prompted that conversation with Garcelle. I truly think that she could have had a conversation with Bose, like just telling her overall. You have to think about it, they're new friends. So the girls always talk about like who you should be cool with or watch out for this one. So I feel as though they had a conversation about Garcelle. She gave the pass. At Bose being a super strong black woman, also told Dorit, listen, you are a little delusional. And you being in your bubble, quote unquote. And that was probably the wrong statement to say when she said, I feel like I'm feeling attacked. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we don't know this for sure, but I just think that Bose could have slightly had something to do. I think that she had a conversation with Dorit because I just don't see Dorit randomly going up to Garcelle because she really doesn't care about Garcelle. They've had their outs. They know that they're just going to be, they're consistently saying hi to each other. That's all they have in cahoots with each other. For me personally, I think that Bose had a little bit to do with that conversation.
But I do feel like the animosity between Garcelle and Dorit was more on Garcelle's side. I don't think Dorit has really had a strong problem with Garcelle. I think Garcelle had more of a problem with Dorit. And for good reason, right? For the ignorance and, for the microaggressions. But at the same time, because of all that, I don't feel like she ever gave Dorit a chance to even try to rectify things.
I agree. I agree with both of you guys, but if we can like merge it together, and that is, I think there's a little piece of it where I have someone that is like doing me like mad dirty over here, and I recognize it now, and whatever I felt about you, even though it may not have been as tough as how you felt about me, I'm starting to realize that like it's really not worth it. And maybe you didn't deserve what I did to you at the Viper Room. I was just going through a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm going to give you this apology and hopefully we can start fresh. And also to my Leo brain adds in a little bit of manipulation. I want some backup. I want an army behind me because we got to sit. Because let's be very clear. We all know when we get into this reunion, Kyle got the biggest ally on the stage, and that's Andy. Oh, he does not press her.
Yeah,
he will,
and they are all aware of that. They are.
He don't play about not too much on Kyle. He ain't gonna play about her. Now that's for damn sure.
So then Bose walks over to Kyle and out of nowhere is like, yeah. So Garcelle came over and told me you showed the text messages, and I just want to know why you ain't show me. Gat.
I was speechless.
Yeah. Okay. So they started having a conversation. I felt like, and then Kyle, I don't know why Kyle started reciting the text from quote unquote memory when she could have just pulled it up.
That screenshot, that's probably favored it.
Exactly. I will say she pretty much, in my opinion, from what I can recall, she was saying everything that was on the text message. And that's when Sutton pissed me off because why the fuck did she slide her ass over there to intervene? The conversation was going perfectly fine. Sutton wanted to be a messy ass bitch so bad and call Kyle out so bad. And it was so unnecessary. She really bugged me.
That was strike one of actually Sutton pissing me off of this episode. And strike two is in the next scene. So yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't understand why she did that. And Kyle had every right to fry her. Like, you just came over here. You got in the tail end of this conversation. She was right for frying her.
Right.
Well, also, she should have ate her up.
Yeah, well, also, why you ain't eat Bose up? You ate her up in a confessional. You ain't eat her up while she was sitting on the couch.
Kyle don't want that.
Kyle don't want that.
Yeah.
She doesn't want that. But then there's also like a point of it too, because I'm going to keep it real with you. I know, well, y'all checked me last week about this when I said this is not a Bose loving podcast. So I stand corrected. It is a Bose loving podcast.
Absolutely.
I understood what Bose was saying, when she asked that question. I just don't like how she phrased the question because it gave Kyle the out to say, bitch, you just got here. I don't really know you like that. Like, what do you mean show it to you? Like, who are you? You get what I'm saying? Because she could easily just say, well, you showed it. Both could say, well, you showed it to everybody else. I've known these bitches for years. I just met you.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you get what I'm saying? Where she could have said what she had said last week in the confession, I think it was, where she said, oh no, it was either early in the episode or last week, where she said, it's funny how she showed everyone the text messages at the time where me and Dorit were not present. So had she had come at Kyle that way, it would have made more sense to me.
She bullied her way in, not for nothing. Let's just say,
like it was like, oh, come on now. What are you gonna say, Jared?
I'm just sitting here disgusted because I'm just like, how dare you try to correct Bose? Did you work for Netflix, bitch? Like you don't have any skin in this game. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually agree with you, but painfully.
Yeah, like that. It was just like that was just like the one. It wasn't even an ick. It was just like, I just would have did it a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
That was all. And then,
or instead of just saying like, why didn't you show the text to me? Why didn't she say, why didn't you just show the text to Dorit? That's the main person that should see it. I feel like she should have led with that.
She should have led with that. She should have never inserted herself.
Yeah.
That's
good point. Good point.
Yeah, she shouldn't have inserted herself. Okay.
And so then, I guess we not skipped around it, but we did highlight the part about Sutton. But then that's also like when Erika jumps in and is basically saying, we're not going to do that. Like, if you want to go through her phone, you're going to need a warrant.
Your husband went to jail.
Listen, it was snowing in Pasadena.
Was this the part?
Keep your mouth shut.
Was that the part where she said that's the person that's been investigated the most or something?
Yes. Yes.
She said